All right. Hey, everybody. So honestly, this is my first attempt to do a pre-recorded video for a painting that is an event. Why I'm doing this is because when this is posted or published, I will be in Ukraine visiting my family, but I still want you guys to be able to enjoy your paintings with me. So this is the plan. We're just gonna do a recording. Now, if you have any questions, you can post them in the comments below, and I will get to you as soon as I can. The thing is that there is an 8 hours difference there. So if we're painting, I haven't looked at the calendar, I think it's Thursday. So if it's Thursday, for you it's 7 at night, for me it will be like 2 in the morning. So just be patient. I will get back to you with whatever it is that you need. I will try and get back to you and help you with that. Okay, so let's go through our paint colors real fast. I'm going to use some sort of a light cold blue. I'll probably have to dig into my deco art here because I'm out of Arteza cerulean blue. I think I'm completely out. I'll need to check. But anyway, I'm gonna use this, and I have picked there's a variety of different shades of red and kind of orangish yellowish. I do have a yellow pale here for me. For the greenery, I'm gonna use olive green and viridian green. For the box, either warm gray or unbleached titanium will work just great. If you do not have that, you can just use your regular white and then add a little bit of brown to it. So don't worry, use what you have. Don't have to buy anything specifically for this painting. It's very flexible, okay? And we're gonna need some black for our shading and stuffs. Okay, so we're ready to go. What I haven't thought about was how we're gonna do this. Okay, so you can use the whole, like any size. You can work on any size, you can do anything you like. I suggest to use some sort of a square to create the box shape. So if you have like a quilting square, or maybe use printer paper, something to just help you make sure that your box is really a box and it's all straight. So I have this quilting kind of thing that I'm gonna use. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do a trace for the box, just kind of so we know where the box goes, okay? I do not want, so this is roughly 18 by 22, I wanna say, that I'm painting on. A great size would be like 12 by 24, but I don't have that right now on hand, and I just want to show you how to do this. And you can paint it on any size you like. You can even paint something small and just make a small box with one flower on like a small canvas just to give to somebody. You can use printer paper, just kind of put it together, tape, and then there is your box. You're ready to go to just trace it. Okay, so don't overthink it, don't worry about it, it's all good. All right, let me grab a pencil, and I'm gonna take that off for a second. So this is, wow, I really didn't measure this to become this like this, but that's good. So I have my center, and I'm gonna leave 3 inches on each side, roughly 3 inches. So this is gonna be my bottom of the box, and then I'm gonna just move up. I do not want to make it too big. just happen here? Okay, here I'm just trying to line up just like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring this back over here and just making sure that my lines are square. That is kind of, that's pretty much the only thing I need to make sure of here. Okay, so this is good. That's my box. If you're concerned about painting, like putting too much paint on the background, you can always tape the box and on the inside and then paint your background. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you how to do that if you want to do that, but you do not have to. If you do not want to do that, just kind of fast forward a few minutes. So the inside of the box. So I do kind of tape like that. Just tape it off, and then this part I'm kind of gonna try and measure my best, do my best. It's all good, because you know whatever's sticking out here, I can always fix it. Not a big deal. Excuse me. But here we go. So good enough. Just scooch it up a little bit so that it's not in the way. Just get rid of that. Just kind of using my fingernail pretty much to push the tape back into the frame. There we go. Very good. I'm gonna grab my ruler again, and I'm gonna add the area that the box, like the table or something, right? We need something like that because it all needs to be level. So I'm gonna use this to create this line for me. And again, this is something that you can tape if you want to. I like my lines nice, so I'm just gonna tape this also. Do you have to do this? No. But if you do this, it'll probably look a little bit nicer. But you know, you can do this without that also, and it'll look nice. So okay, just making sure that nothing's gonna get through. All good. Let's start on painting the background. The background is gonna be kind of teal. So I know I told you I have all these nice colors, paints and mixing colors. But sometimes it's a lot easier to just grab something, and that's what happens when I try to record a video, right? Here, okay, here. This is perfect. So this is peacock teal. It's a little bit on the darker side, but I really like that. And I will not use it on there because it's deco art. I really like it. It's very good quality paint, but it's kind of runny, on the runny side. So you do not want to put it on a flat palette like this. There. This is good. Okay. Grab a flat brush and we're gonna paint the top of the background. Here, taking off the paint off my hands. There we go. Okay, let's grab a big big paintbrush, a 2-inch paintbrush for my size. If you're painting something smaller, you probably won't need a 2-inch paintbrush. But this is all good. And just apply the paint using crisscross motions, like this, like an X, crisscross. Okay, and make sure that you've covered the background wall nicely. Just paint this whole area, just as I do with lots of paintings. If you've painted with me, you know that I really like to use my mixed media pads for lessons, because I just run out of space for canvases. I don't have room to store them, and so I just paint on these, and that works for me very well. I have a few different sizes, and so yeah, it works great. If you have access to Strathmore, if you want to do Strathmore, it's called a visual journal. Strathmore visual journal for mixed media. Oh my goodness, that's like the best so far that I found. There's probably something that's even better than that, but that one's very good if you just want to paint in a... Oh my goodness, look at that, my brush is falling apart, it's so old. Should have picked another one, I was just at the store. Oh well. Okay, well, it held up. It held up to this. Okay, now I'm going to wipe this down. I'm going to wipe it down on my paper towel. Just like this. Just wipe it off. I hope it's not going to fall apart on me while I'm still working with it. Hopefully not. We'll see. And my next step is going to be white, and I'm going after my Deco Art White, because again, it's more liquidy, wet. So it's gonna be easier to paint with that. Okay, so just the same, just load the brush and just add some white right on top of this teal to kind of help it settle down a little bit. The teal, my teal is super bright. You can paint your background any color you want. You're probably looking at me like, looking at this camera right now, at the video, thinking, oh, now you're telling me. Right? But yeah, you can. Yes. So with this painting, we're going to go a little bit different, in the sense of that usually we'll have a break and all of that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to have a break. We're not going to like do all of that stuff. If you need a break, just pause the video, take your break, and get back to it whenever you're ready. Okay? And I'm going to paint kind of fast. I'm going to try to paint fast, so that we're not wasting time. Okay, so I'm gonna take this off, this tape, just remove, put it in trash, and this other one. Okay, and now I'm gonna paint the bottom of this. No, before I paint, I'm gonna try and dry like this pieces over here so that I can put tape on the other side. Let's see how this goes. Uh-oh. So yes, as you see, I'm only drying this part over here where I'm gonna put tape on, maybe. So if you're gonna tape it so that you can do the other side, just make sure that this is completely dry. I am not gonna worry about it right now because I'm thinking I'm gonna put some greenery on here, so it really won't show. Now let's do the bottom, and the bottom we're gonna make it gray. So we're gonna get some white onto that paper plate, get some white on it, and get some black, and the black is right here. I know, I feel like I misled you with colors. Wait, oh, that's too much black. Oh well. But we're gonna need those colors for our flowers. Okie dokie, let's grab a brush that's not gonna fall apart on me, right? La 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 la, where's my brushes? Here, this will work. This is a 3/4 flat. So, yeah. So I'm just gonna grab some white and I'm gonna paint it in left and right motion like this. I wanna cover, oh, do not, I'm gonna be super careful around this line. Got it. Let me see, can you see what I'm doing? No, you cannot, because I'm out of the frame. Let's scooch it up over here. Can you see now? Yeah, okay. It's not very, like, what I'm doing is not super hard, of course. It's super easy. I am just painting this white. Just white. Super careful around this one. There we go. And now when all of this is very well covered in white, I am going to use the same messy brush and I'm gonna pick up some black. Whoop. I'm gonna just spread it onto white. I'm just gonna keep blending, going in straight lines. Just make sure your lines are straight. You might need to grab a little bit more water onto your brush if your brush is drying and starts dragging paint, like mine. You don't need any more paint on here, trust me. We have plenty of paint on here. Okay. A little bit more water. Just to make sure that this is all good. I just messed up my line a little bit, but I'm not gonna worry about it, it's fine. Just making sure that there is paint, that it's all covered, okay? All right. Just put the brush down, you don't need to rinse it, it's fine. Our next step would be to take off this tape and to paint the box. Okay. So if you wanted your box bigger, you can make it bigger, you know? I don't feel like you should do the same size as mine. All right, grabbing my chair. Okay, so let's paint the box. So the box, I want to make it in warm, more like warm colors, because these two are pretty cool colors. So, yes, warm gray or unbleached titanium, or, ooh, come, okay, don't need that much really. Or you can paint it white and then add a little bit of warm brown and maybe a little bit of yellow to it to bring you to the color where you want to be. So I have some white on my paintbrush. I'm gonna grab this warm gray and I'm just gonna paint this box, and I'm using strokes going from left to right. I am not gonna worry about the lines where the pencil shows, because we're gonna grab a black paint. We're gonna grab black paint and we're gonna work on that later. So see the mix of warm gray and white makes this whole, like, it looks like wood. Looks like grain. Just make sure that you're moving in straight lines from left to right from your shoulder, and don't try to blend it in too much. Just kind of leave some areas a little bit darker, some lighter. I hope it shows in the video. Okay, I like this very much. Okay, I'm just gonna wipe this on a paper towel before I put it in the water. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna rinse this brush. Probably could have just used it. Keep going because because we can. All right, so our next step is we're going to use a flat brush. You can use a smaller size if you're more comfortable with it. And we're going to create our greenery. So first one, we're gonna do the leaves, but we can't do the leaves yet because all of this is wet. So let's take a second. I'm gonna have to walk around and grab my excuse me, just grabbing my heat gun because I plugged it into a wrong outlet and it's not quite working. So hold on just a second. There we are. Okay, gotcha. Here we go. I might have to go off camera for a second to just get things dry. Looks like my my wet painting touched the stand, the camera stand. Easy fix. Okay, so I need the box dry and I need the area around the box dry. This is what I'm working on. It doesn't really matter, like all of the rest can dry a little bit as we're moving on. but I need this area dry over here so that we can start painting. And it takes a little while, but it's all good. I like to paint my greenery first. Some people, I noticed, lots of people, when they teach abstract flowers, they teach you to paint your flowers first, and then you kind of squeeze the greenery in. And I noticed that for me it's super hard because I am super picky about how it all fits. So that's kind of a thing for me. Anyway, okay, you have a good view here in the camera. Very good. Let's move on to our leaves. So I'm gonna use two colors for leaves, as I told you. I'm gonna use olive green and I'm gonna use viridian green. So olive green is more on the yellow side, more like closer to the like camo colors, kind of swampy. Viridian green is super bright, more on the blue side, bright side, very close to teal. Okay, I think I'm gonna darken that though. Viridian, I'm gonna darken. I'm gonna grab some more blue. Let's get, oh la 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 la, where's my phthalo blue? Here it is. I'm gonna grab some phthalo blue for this and make it a little bit darker because, whoop, hit my camera, because it's a little bit too bright for the leaves that I want. Okay, that's good. All right, let's use that flat brush right here. Okay, and I use my hand to bring it to flat. Okay, so let's create some greenery first. Let's start with big leaves. Okay, so I'm gonna just grab some of this viridian green and some of this phthalo blue, and I'm gonna mix them together just like that. Ooh, pretty color, super pretty color. It's more on the blue side now, so let's add a little bit more of this viridian green to it to just make it, yes. So I'm using Arteza brands, Arteza. So I usually use Arteza or Deco Art. It's kind of my thing, what I use. So if I want something like runny and easy to apply, I just go for Deco Art. If I want more body to it, I go for Arteza. That's just kind of the thing that I do. Okay, so pick a spot. I'm gonna put the first leaf right here off the corner. Go down and back up. Let's try again. Go down and back up. Excuse me. Should have. Oh, I did bring my water. I'm losing my voice for some reason. Okay. So, and then I like to add another one. So again, push the brush down, lead with it, and then bring it back. And that's pretty much repeat. And we have two super cute leaves. Okay. Maybe grab some water on your brush, add some water to your paint so your paint is working with you more. Yeah, more cooperative. I'm gonna clean the brush and a paper towel because this is that's a lot of paint on here. Okay, fill it up again, and maybe I'm gonna add a leaf here. Maybe do it again. Squeeze, because I like to have like a little bit of sharper and back. And then maybe over here. Trying to make them a little bit different. Like that. Maybe a little bit more water. My brush is not happy with me. Just one leaf over here. Here, let's go back and make it, yeah, okay. And then, yes, and then I'm gonna put some leaves, just random. I am literally being random here. It doesn't matter. Here, here. And we can always add more, right? But what I'm doing here is I'm doing this because it is super hard to add leaves in between flowers. So sometimes it's easier to do it this way, and then we'll paint flowers on top. Let me see. I think I like it, but I shook my brush and I got some spots. Here, nothing a baby wipe won't fix. Just like that. Okay, let's try. Let me see. I think I'm gonna add one more over here. I'm trying to make it non-symmetrical. But you want to have the same amount of weight, if it makes sense. Yeah, I'm good with this. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna rinse out the brush. And I'm gonna load it with this olive green now. And the olive green is gonna make, it's not on the reference photo though, but I want to do something different a little bit. So I'm just gonna use like wispy lines like this, like here and there. And if I pick up some white, I'm just gonna wipe it off onto the paper towel and then go back and grab some more olive green. I'll show you what we're gonna do with that. Just kind of, just like that. Maybe one coming up here. Just something different, you know? Maybe one coming down here. Maybe one coming out of this dude. And here, let's do it like this, so that it's kind of not all the same, right? Okay, now let's dry this. It needs to be completely dry, because you cannot put red on top of this, all this green. It's gonna be a mess. So we're gonna clean the brush, wipe it down on the paper towel or whatever you have handy. Okay, grab the blow dryer. In my case, it's a heat gun. Okay, let's dry the leaves. right, let's see how this goes. This will work. Okay. Right, let me check that I'm in the frame and that you guys can see what we're doing. Very good. Okay, next step is white, heavy body. If you have it, if you do not have heavy body white, use whatever you have. It's all good. White. And then I'm gonna grab all the reds, everything that I have. I'm gonna put a little bit of each on my plate. And I will play with different colors. So I had, that was rose madder. It really doesn't matter. I have carmine red, which seems to be a little bit more pink. We'll see. I have rose. Oh, so pretty. I have apricot, light apricot. Very pretty color. Okay, and then I was gonna use this. It's sangria red. The box, this shows orange, but it really isn't orange. It's more like on the brown side of red. And I have neon pink. Ooh. And I also was gonna use pale yellow here on this side to just play with things. Okay, we're good. And we're gonna use a kind of a fat, good size round brush. That's what you want here. Good size round brush. So this says number 8, but it really, I don't think it's number 8. I think, you know, different brands do differently. This, because they say this is 6 and this is 8. This is like twice the size, right? So just gonna get a good size brush for this. Okay, make it wet. Pick up some dark color, darker, not darker, but like something with good bright pigment. And we're gonna put flowers sitting on the box. So I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna do, I need to decide if I want to do 5 or 6. I'll do 5, kind of. Do they have to be symmetrical? No. Do you have to have them all in one row? No. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have my one off a little bit, and so I'm kind of gonna stagger them in a little bit. Just play with them, don't worry about it. So that's 1, and I'm changing colors as I'm going and picking different colors from the palette. That's the center 2, and I go back to the palette, grab something else. This is gonna be a 3rd center. This is gonna be another center. Hello, apricot. Go 5. Oh, I'll probably do 6. Look at me. So these are just centers. All right, just like this. Just make them. Swirl, swirl, swirl. Then use this messy brush. Pick up some white. And one of them, whatever color you want. Just grab it on the same brush, just like that. And start adding layers. And then go back and grab some more white and grab a different color. And go to the different flower. Grab more white, grab some more different color. Doesn't really matter what color exactly you grab. It's all good. More white. I'll grab this. The point is to don't blend your colors. See the white streaks? You want to keep all the streaks in there, okay? So another one. I absolutely love. This is like my favorite flower to paint. So easy and so much fun. Maybe another here. Okay, and repeat. Go again, white, some other color. Paint, just add petals go in circle. Now decide, some of these roses are going to be in the foreground and some of them are going to be in the background. So I would paint, I painted this one, I want it in the foreground, okay? So I'm going to keep this one smaller and that one a little bit smaller. But I think it makes sense to paint the ones that are in the background first. So let's do that. This is the background one, too. There. This will be the foreground, this will be the background. So this needs to be a little bit more color. Let's get it. Maybe something like that. Don't be afraid, just flick your brush, okay? And then I'm gonna go back and add some color to this one, and I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger because I want it in the foreground like this. I'm making sure that my flower, my petals cover the teal background, okay? Something like that. And then this over here is also, this flower is also going to be the foreground, kind of bigger. So we're going to just let it. And yeah, I completely covered the leaves here that I painted. But I'm okay with that because I still see like this leaf, this, like they're still sticking out. I think I'm gonna add something small here because that leaf is kind of sticking out of nowhere. So I'm just gonna add like something small here. See, like this. Maybe add a little bit more white to it so that it shows like that. Something small. Okay, and now we can work on the olive leaves, those little branches that we did with olive. So you want to clean up your brush real well, the round brush. Okay, load it with olive. And again, this is all optional, but if you would like to do that, okay. And then we're gonna start at the bottom, and you're just gonna like kind of you just push the brush in. See, let's do this one from here, just like that. Just follow the line that we have, just like that. Next, just go right on top of that. That's okay. Oh, we're gonna wait for that white to dry. Clean up, get some more, and we're only doing this right now for the leaves that go above the box. Okay, maybe here, just like that. And we can do this one. It's off the box, so it's not gonna mess anything up for us. So you just add the leaf, okay? Okay, now this leaf is kind of flying up in the air. So let's do something about that. Let's clean up this round brush again. And we're gonna go and grab some of this green, the brighter green that we just did. Okay, and whoa, I keep hitting my light. And I'm gonna start at the bottom over here, and I'm just gonna add another leaf, just like that. Maybe add, just go back and maybe add a little bit more green to the rest of them. Just there. And now this way, this leaf is not just hanging there, right? Okay. Now this needs to dry. Okay, so if you're painting, if you have time, I hope you have time, I really strongly recommend to allow the flowers to have a day to dry, because there's a lot of paint there. Okay, so the next step is really pretty easy. So once you have this all dry, I think I'm gonna have to do this in 2 videos because I really want this to dry too. So once you have this all dry, you have the tracers that you probably have printed out. So here's mine. I wanted to put the be still on my box. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna take this off my table for a second. And depending on what software you use, I just use regularly Adobe, whatever it's called, the PDF, the Acrobat or whatever, right? And I use the poster printer set. So I just click on poster and it blows this up, because when I create these, I make them in a 16 by 20 size, and so it would print. Oh, that's not smart of me. Hold on. This is what I'm doing. So I'm trying to, I need to connect these two first, but I need to connect them somewhere so that I can still. Okay, I'm just using printer's tape right now because I want you to see what I'm doing. I usually just use regular office tape. Okay, stick this together, grab the scissors, cut pretty close. Okay, and then you can use your transfer paper. Okay, I like to cut my letters, to cut them like my transfers like this. I like to cut them super close to my letters because then it's easier to put them on my project. And so yeah, this is very straightforward from here. You pretty much just, you wait for your painting to dry, and then you transfer the words, and then you use a small round brush, something like this, with black paint, and you pretty much trace all your letters. You may go twice if you need to. Okay, the only thing that I want you to be aware of here is that when you do that, and if you painted it the way I did, let's bring this back. Oh no, my sticker picked up some dog hair. Anyway, so if you painted it the way I did, then you're gonna want to be mindful of leaves, right? So don't put the letter on top of the leaf. The leaf goes on top of the letter, right? So if there is like a piece of the bee here, so just skip. Don't put it on here, okay? And you should be able to do that. Yeah, should be able to do that, okay? So I'm gonna try and do this right now. But if it sticks to my paint, please don't yell at me. I'm gonna try and do this because I want you to see the final project, the final results, and how it works. So I'm gonna grab my transfer paper here. I don't think this is enough, but I'll move it, it's no big deal. Okay, and then I put this, because I already kind of looked at it and I know where I want it. I want it right here. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab a piece of tape, small piece of tape. Painter's tape is best for this. I'm gonna stick this to the painting so that when I move my transfer paper, I'm still good. And I really prefer to use a felt pen or something like that when I do this, because when I use a pencil, I push too hard and then my lines are too big, too bright. So check real quick. Yep, it's there. And so I pretty much just trace and stop over here, right? And you see, like, this letter, it has probably not doing the best with tracing, but yeah. So yeah, you can do this with pretty much any statement. And in those tracers, you'll find, I'm sure you saw it, there is a welcome, and then there is one that says, what does it say? Gather. And then there is one that says, be still. This one, there's 4. I can't remember what's another one. Welcome, gather, be still. Oh, amazing grace. Amazing grace is also there. So yeah, I'm just tracing it, not giving it any extra thoughts. Okay, I like to have my whole word in one move of paper. Let's say it this way. So I'm just gonna move over here. There. And I'm just gonna continue what I'm doing. So yes, I make sure to trace the top and the bottom of the outline, you see, so that I have the full letter here. There we go. This is done. Just, yeah, put that away. Put this away. Okay, grab my round brush. I usually like the number 0 that I have here. Just making sure my video is still working. Yep, all good, very good. Okay, just grab some of your black and this is what I meant, see? And of course we could do the lettering before we do the leaves, but green can be finicky and it can be transparent. And transparent green on top of black is very hard to deal with, so it's really easier to just kind of do this. Okay, so super light hand. And, you know, if you go back and you don't like it, just fix it, no big deal. It's okay to make something a little bit more thick if your paintbrush doesn't work, isn't perfect, you know, like mine is not perfect. It's one of those very old ones that I still have. I ordered new ones, and I think by the time you guys are watching it, I will have them, but they haven't gotten here yet. So I'm kind of waiting for my new paintbrushes to arrive. Okay, so I don't know if you can hear my husband work. He's on his call. I know I can hear him. He's in the next room. So yeah, if you don't know, I work from home. My studio's at my house. And as we are doing this, I'm in Ukraine. As you're painting this, I hope everything worked, and oh gosh, I hope everything published the way it was supposed to publish, and and all of that. Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, so we homeschool. We have 2 boys, and we've homeschooled for 7 years now, I think. It's been 6 or 7 years. Sometimes I think it's been insane, sometimes I don't, but it's a huge blessing to be able to do this. But the older they get, the more work they need to do for school, and so I don't really have that much time to paint, and so I have to grab the time when I can. That's why you can hear my husband in the other room probably, because things are happening all at the same time. Don't have a separate studio yet. Maybe someday. I don't know. We'll see. Right? We'll see how this goes. So if your brush gets messy, dip it in the water and then like give it a swirl out. Like you swirl it and you pull it out of your paint puddle, kind of, right? Just keep going. Oh, you know what? Oh my gosh. So if you're using paint that's thick, you want to dilute it, like just add water to it, water it down until it's like melted ice cream. Okay, I am not, yeah, okay, it will all be good. I know your works will be beautiful. I can't wait to see. I know I can't see it right now, but yeah, so I'm trying to do it so that I don't have to edit the video also, because it takes a lot of time, and then I can never sit down. It's so hard to sit down and do a voiceover. With our schedule, it's just not working out for us, which is why I don't do the voiceover videos much, if any at all. Everything, the way it's recorded, it just goes in. I don't even. There we go. Kind of getting there. Okay, let's do the L first. Like that. Okay. I will have to watch it before I upload it to hear, if you guys can hear my husband talk. I don't know. I hope you don't mind, you know, but yeah, I could drown them out with some like music, like background music, but then you can't hear me. And then we get into all this like royalty for music. Who wants to get into that? All right, still, got it. Be still. Here's my be still. All right, let's grab that huge round brush that we used before and get back to this olive green, almost dried, but it'll work. Okay, I'm just gonna add right on top, just like this. Don't overthink it, okay? I'm gonna grab some more olive green, and I'm gonna go ahead and add some yellow pale. Oh, I have yellow pale on my plate, that's fine. So I'm just gonna grab some more of this olive green, and I'm gonna grab some more of this yellow on the same brush like this. Okay, and I'm gonna go back to the leaves, and I'm gonna add, see how cool that is? How cool is that? Okay, more olive, some more white, yellow, sorry. So what this does is makes your leaves a little bit more natural, I guess, with like a highlight. Little bit yellow, little bit more of that. Well, that was a lot yellow. Fix that. Just kind of see, so that your leaves are all good, in good shape, all good shape. A little bit more yellow. And then over there was an area that we kind of left behind because it was too wet. Just gonna go back and fix that. There we are. There we go. And if you want a little bit more yellow on here, just go ahead and add that. Not a big deal. Okay. So we're just kind of making these leaves look a little bit more happy, I guess. Okay, put this area here, and some more for this area here. The ones that we just painted, we just put them in. Okay. All right, let's clean this brush. Let's grab some more of the Viridian green. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do the Viridian Green mostly on this brush. And then there is yellow and even some olive in here. So I'm just gonna grab some, whatever I can get. And I'm gonna add some highlights, kind of moving from the side into the center like this. Okay, just to add a little bit more something fun to the leaves, just like that. Just going from the sides into the center, and I'm starting at the top and just pull it all in, just like that. Whoa. Okay. Luckily this rose is dry, so I could just clean it up, but I didn't do a very good job. So I'm gonna grab a baby wipe and I'm gonna go and fix that and fix this. Okay. So if you would like to, rinse your brush again, clean it, and set it down. Grab your brush that you just did the lettering, okay? Grab some white on it. Let's go, I'm just gonna go to grab Deco Art White, because it's already not too thick. It got kind of thicker because it's been drying, but I'm just gonna add like the center lines to these, just to make them pop. And another. Doesn't have to be every single one of them. Start with this one, like that. And then do another one like that. And here. And here. And here. Like this. And then this one, of course. Gives us motion and lets us see which way to go with that. Grab a little bit of black and add like this, lines like that to your bigger leaves, to just give them a little bit more definition, starting from the back. Okay, grab the wrong side of your brush, some black on it, put some black dots in the middle of your flowers. You can also make them yellow if you'd rather do that. I prefer them black. It seems right for some reason. Like that. Okay, looking good. Again, working with black, the liner that we have. We're just gonna outline, but we're not gonna worry about the quality of the outline, okay? Just a messy side of the box and the bottom. Just like that. Almost dry brush here. Just a little, just to kind of let it stand out, right? Okay, looks good. Okay, I'm just gonna, I know it might be, okay, I'm gonna grab my big brush over here, and I'm gonna grab the wrong side of it, and I'm gonna put a dot over here, and then a dot over here, and a dot and a dot over here. I'm not gonna put a dot here because it's almost covered with the flower, so we're just gonna say that it's covered with the flower. That's my nail for the box. Just let it dry. Okay. All right, so this is good. Okay, here's what we're gonna do next. Next, we need this to dry. We need it to dry again and again, right? Let it dry, let it dry. This is pretty much dry, but this is not. This is super wet. This is kind of dry. Okay. You know what? Let me grab my heat gun, and we're gonna dry this, and then we're gonna create slats to make this all look like a piece of wood. Okay. Okay, so next step, I'm just gonna show you probably just on the bottom here, because I am afraid that this is not dry enough, and I want you to see how to do this. I'm just gonna show you over here. Okay, so you can use a palette knife. If you do not have a palette knife, you can use an old plastic card, whatever works, whatever you have. Old credit card, plastic card. I'm gonna do this with an old card because you can always figure it out how to do it with a palette knife, right? Okay, so I am going to dip this into black over here. So there's black, just the edge of it, and then white. Okay, so I have black and white on the edge of my card, like that. And then I'm gonna grab my ruler that I used for measuring. I'm gonna keep it here, and I'm gonna lay it straight, make sure that it's level, okay? Then I'm gonna hold it up like this a little bit, and I'm gonna drag the card over. And this kind of makes it look like there is a slat, right, for wood. Then I'm gonna reload, get a little bit more black, a little bit more white, pretty much the same thing. I'm looking for my baby wipe that I had here. Use the baby wipe to wipe this off just to make sure that it's clean. Okay, and I'm gonna do this again, and it's gonna go all the way across because this is a painting like it needs to, ideally, right? The plan was to make this look like it was painted on wood. So this time I'm gonna start on the other side, but I'm gonna do the same thing, just drag through. Okay, doesn't need to be perfect. This is good over here. And then you bring this back, and we're just gonna keep going. Okay, so what I'm telling you is that I do not want you to lay your ruler down, so it will require some coordination, right? Okay, here's the next one. Is that kind of straight? Kind of straight. Okay, and I'm gonna do this again, and then we're gonna grab some more paint, and I just took the most of the paint off of the sides so that it's all on the edge, and then kind of go in again. I can't measure here, so I'm just gonna kind of close my eyes and say this is good. Okay, and I think I have one more here for this. Just push it down and drag. Okay, and here we go. I wipe my cards on the baby wipes because I do reuse them all the time. I save them and reuse them, and then make sure to clean up your ruler right away so that your acrylics don't stick to it forever. All right, so this is pretty much it. I don't know what I did here, where this came from. Let's clean that. There, something like that. Okay, so here we go. This is the abstract box of flowers. Let's take the tape off, and because it will look better. I don't care that it sticks because this is not, you know, this is just a painting for me, kind of, and you guys. So I'm not gonna worry that my tape sticks to paper, but one of the easy ways to deal with that is just run a hair blower over it before removing tape. All right, here we are. All right, let me know if you had fun. Let me know how it went. I can't wait to see your painting. Looking forward to hearing from you, and stay tuned for the next one. Alrighty, bye.